Blog Talk Radio.
Monday morning, you guys. Good morning and welcome to Traffic Report. My name is Joe, and I am coming to you live. Yes, it is 8 o'clock in the morning out here in Carefree, Arizona. It's 11 in the morning in New York City, Eastern Standard Time. Today is the 12th, Monday the 12th. Christopher Columbus Day today. Going to talk in a moment a little bit about the traveler's gift and this concept of having a decided heart. Before I get there, though, I quickly want to give you guys a couple of reminders and some updates. We do come to you live every single day here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The goal is to give you some inspiration, some motivation, and to hear from some of the people around our community. Always good news here on the radio every single day. That's every single day, Monday through Friday. We never miss. We're always here straight up at 11 a.m. Eastern. You know, we also have 2 webinars coming up this week. These are really cool webinars. I'm going to talk in a moment about why you should be on the webinars and when you should start inviting people to the webinars, right? We got some really, really cool things. We got some really cool things coming up this week in the webinar world. We also come together every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Visionary Founders Hour, where we hear from the founders of the Traffic Authority and some of their invited guests. We learn about what's going on in the vision and where we're going to be as a community. That's what happens every single week. Now, we got some new links for you this morning. Okay, for as a matter of fact, if you want to write this down, if you have the ability to write something down right now, you can put down this one. You ready? TrafficWebLive.net. You probably already know that one. TrafficWebLive.net. As a matter of fact, you can go there right now, and there's the registration page for tomorrow night's webinar is already there. Now, tomorrow night's webinar is really, really going to be exciting. It's going to be cool. I'll let you know more about that in a moment. Also, we have another new URL, and this is for the webinar that took place last Tuesday. Right? If you want to get a feeling for the webinar that took place last Tuesday, you can go to TrafficWebNow.net. TrafficWebNow, N-O-W, like right now. Let me see what happened. It's a glimpse into the past, right? TrafficWebNow.net will take you to last Tuesday's webinar, kind of sets up tomorrow's webinar. So there it is. You can register. You can be first. You can register for tomorrow night's webinar, and this is going to be a big one because we're announcing the contest. We're going to be showing you some new sales funnels. Always new things are coming live. Tomorrow night, it takes place at 8 p.m. Eastern, TrafficWebLive.net. It is live right now. You can go there. You can be one of the first to register for tomorrow night's webinar. I see we got a lot of people. There's somebody who's been here already for 17 minutes, 18 minutes. I guess some people really got some things to do today. I guess you're figuring out the drill, right? Sometimes we sit here for a couple hours before you get your turn. So now we have it's kind of like at the college football stadium down here, right? I live in Arizona, Tempe, Arizona. That's where Arizona State plays college football. It's one of the big schools. And if they have a game that begins on Saturday night, like say at 7 o'clock, people start showing up on Friday morning and camping out. And that's kind of what's going on here. There have been people who have been here for 17, 18 minutes already, wanting to get first in line. So we're going to get to you guys as quickly as I possibly can get to you. Just stand by. I've got a couple more things I want to share with you as I just kind of ramble this morning. So another thing is I want you to pay attention to your email. Okay, I want you to really pay close attention to your email because within 30 minutes after the conclusion of today's radio show, I'm going to be sending you guys some swipe files. So you can begin promoting tomorrow night's webinar and certainly Thursday night's webinar. For tomorrow night, the webinar is really it's insider stuff, right? It really is for people who are committed to their business and people who are here with us. We're going to be unveiling the contest tomorrow. There's some new sales funnels that we're going to be introducing. Some other really cool prizes have been introduced. I spoke this morning with the guy who's responsible, Adam Whiting, actually. He and I spoke this morning, and he told me about some of the really cool things coming up tomorrow. Now, what I'm going to recommend is, even though it's in insiders, right, it's reseller training and stuff that's going on inside, I know that many of you have big lists of people who are already with us. And you know what? Sometimes it's really good that you give that personal touch. Are you giving that personal touch? If you have 1, 5, 10, 20, 100 people, okay, in your list, okay, are you giving them that personal touch? Invite them to have a little bit of a peek behind the curtains on what even prospects. If you have somebody who's been in your list and they've been showing up, and you know that they're hanging around, and maybe you've had a conversation with them, it's important to invite them to these events, right? I'm hoping that we've got Carlos here this morning. He'll share with you, hopefully, Carlos, if you're with us today, something that happened to him over the weekend. But I'm thinking that, invite people. It won't hurt. It will help. So watch your emails, because I have some swipe files, and these swipe files are available to you as well. Okay, if you take a look into your weekly marketing plan, you got your TA weekly update. TA marketing plan. We got new information in there. We've added some swipe files, but I'm going to send them to you nonetheless in an email, so you know exactly what to do, where they are, and when to send them. Okay, so watch for that today. That'll be coming up in a minute, within a couple minutes after we're done with the radio show today. Just give me a little time to formulate it and send the email out. All right, here's something that's coming up for me today, and I just want to throw this out there for you guys. Okay. One of our goals here is to give you some things to think about as you move throughout the course of the day, okay? And you know what? Right now, I got to be honest, I'm kind of torn. I'm looking at this person. Last 4 digits of your phone number are 5555. You've already been here for 21 minutes. So I'm going to get to you as quickly as I possibly can. But I just want to share with you something, because it is Columbus Day today. And this comes from a book called The Traveler's Gift. It's by Andy Andrews. And some of you guys, I think, have won a copy of The Traveler's Gift, and my assistant is gone. I don't know where the heck she is. So we're going to make sure that we get caught up of a couple of you guys have won a book in the past called The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. And in The Traveler's Gift, it's a very, very interesting, simple thing to understand, and simple thing to read. The Traveler's Gift is the 7 decisions that determine personal success. The Traveler's Gift. And it's a story of a guy who had it all going on, right? He had the perfect life. He had the perfect wife. He had the kids. He had the job. He had the beautiful home with the fence, the white picket fence, and he had everything, right? He was living the American dream, the $138,000 a year American dream. And then one day things changed, and the company he was working for went through some changes. And before you know it, everything started slipping away. Everything started slipping. And he found himself literally, to coin a word that Doug Wellens uses, the character in the book found himself at the end of his rope. Everything was gone. His home was gone. His job was gone. He went from having a really cool, high-end job with a corner office to working, I think, in a lumber yard or a hardware store, and he couldn't even get it done, and he was losing everything, and he didn't have money for insurance, and everything was gone. And the story's a great story, because he's driving. He lives in Minnesota or something. He's driving home after a frustrating day. He's at his wit's end. And still, I've read this book a half a dozen times, maybe more. And I still am not sure if he, was driving off of the road and was trying to kill himself, or he spun out on a slippery patch because it was winter. But the next thing you know, he wakes up. Car crashes. He wakes up. And now he finds himself going through time, sitting with people who have got unbelievable responsibilities, unbelievable hardship, unbelievable challenges, and he goes through and he visits 7 people through time. It's like a parable, right? It's written very, very easy to read. And in this Traveler's Gift, one of the 7 decisions that will determine personal success is having a decided heart. Okay, in your business here, in your dream, in your commitment to yourself, into manifesting whatever it is that you're looking for here with us in Traffic Authority, having a decided heart, making the decision, regardless of what's going on in the moment, regardless if you feel like doing it, if you feel like overexcited, underexcited, you're really, really tired, whatever the case may be, that decided heart that you have made the decision that you are going to accomplish the task is a critical component. It is one of the 7 decisions that will determine personal success. In this book, one of the travelers, okay, that the character that David Ponder, one of the 7 characters he comes across, all of a sudden, he's tripping through time, and he finds himself in I guess it's called a crow's nest. He finds himself in the crow's nest of a ship sailing across the ocean, And there he is sitting right next to Christopher Columbus. It's very interesting. It's fun. It's a parable. But he finds himself sitting next to Christopher Columbus, who's sailing across the ocean looking for, he doesn't even know what, looking for the Americas, right? And he talks in this chapter about a decided heart. And Christopher Columbus, and I'm fast forwarding here, he actually makes this statement, okay? And I want you to consider what you're doing, where you're going. You're building a business. You're with Traffic Authority. You see people around you who are just crushing it. You see people around you who are consistently making money. And then maybe you find yourself wondering what's going on. I haven't made the money yet. Or just having confidence in the system, right? Just having confidence in the system that you know that you're on the right track. I just read to you from this book right here. Here's what Christopher Columbus said in this parable to this guy. He said, most people fail at whatever they attempt because of an undecided heart. Should I? Should I not? Go forward? Go back. Success requires the emotional balance of a committed heart. When confronted with a challenge, the committed heart will search for a solution. The undecided heart searches for an escape. A committed heart does not wait for conditions to be exactly right. Why? Because conditions are never exactly right. Indecision limits the Almighty and His ability to perform miracles in your life. He has put the vision in you. Proceed. To wait, to wonder, to doubt, to be indecisive is to disobey God. I can go on and on, man. Okay, the fourth decision for success, I have a decided heart. No wavering. I could go on and on. I'd like to give away a couple copies of The Traveler's Gift. If you don't have The Traveler's Gift, I'm going to recommend this is one for the ages. The author's name is Andy Andrews. I've been conspiring with Doug Wellens. We're hoping that we will bring Andy Andrews to meet our community one day very, very soon. Love that book, man. All right. So many things going on in my noodle here today. Let's just get to see what's going on in your noodles. All right, here's the drill. I'm going to say the last four digits of your telephone number. If you're listening right now at radioleverage.com, thank you for listening to the live stream. But you can call in. Okay, we do have a call-in number. It's 914-338-0631. Now, a bunch of you have already called in. I don't know, hundreds of you guys here. Here's what you have to do if you do want to make a contribution. I'm going to ask you to I'm going to say the last four digits of your telephone number, and then I'm going to ask you to state your first name, the city, the state, the country that you're calling from, and then just let her rip. Let us have it. Now, if you have a technical question, you guys know that we're pretty much caught up on the support desk, right? I saw tickets flying in and out of there this morning, working with somebody who was, but I want you to know that if you have a technical question, I'm technically challenged. Okay, I'm sending in as many. I only send in one at a time, but I rely on the support desk. So if you have a technical question, please send it into the support desk. If you're really, really stuck, I know that many of you always. How many times have we heard somebody say, "Hi, Joe. My name is Joe. I'm calling from Carefree, Arizona. I know that you said I can't ask a technical question, but I'm going to ask you one anyway." I hear that every single morning. So just be kind to the Joe, okay? Just be kind, because I really don't have a lot of the answers to the technical questions. So, and we got a lot of people in the queue. I can ramble on and on as I do every single morning, but let's just keep it moving here, okay? We'll start with the person who's been in line for 28 minutes and 34 seconds, 5555. The man with the most patience. Come out here. Hello?
Good morning, Joe.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning,
Who's this?
Joe. Joe from New York.
Joe, how are you in New York today?
Oh, I am blessed, and I'm right on point with what you were just talking about. I have the most patience, I think, that any man should have. Other than you, I mean, you're working, but it's not work. It's a labor of love. And
yes, I have decided.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Joe.
I thank you, and I certainly appreciate that, because we would have had 5 or 6 other people if you weren't there. and I doubt whether they have the patience, the knowledge, and the skill that you have. And I thank you. That's coming from the field. Now, the reason I said I'm on point with what you were talking about is that I have been trying to get my key, the response, get response key, into my traffic authority, and it's taken me exactly 3 weeks. It's taken me 3 weeks. I keep going to the wrong place, and it's not there. Looking for where I should put the key. I finally found it this morning. I said that to say this: don't give up. Whatever you're trying to do, don't give up. You have to stick in there. If you're focused on what you're trying to do, then you'll have the patience to bear with it and get through it. Now, my goal is to be one of the big guys, but unfortunately, financiers won't let me allow me to be one of the big guys. So I have to do it slowly, but I'm going to do it. And, Joe, I want you to remember this, because the next time you hear from me, I'm going to have some great news for you. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day, Joe.
You're very, very welcome. Joe in New York, you're making me grin. I'm smiling from ear to ear. And, the results or the solutions are usually there when we just take our time and we look for them. And you have that decided heart, right? That decision that you are going to get through, and you will get there. The way our program is designed, and Greg Chambers often says, if you just get busy, you start, you just move, okay? Just get started. There is a leverage component in here. People like you will be attracted to you, people who are resilient, people who are decided, people who just get it done. Before you know it, you've got a group of people, and it's small, and it's getting bigger, and before you know it, you have people buying traffic, and you're either getting commissions or you're getting, into your qualification bank credits. You have people who are now following you through and coming here for the education, and they're becoming academy members, and before you know it, you are receiving commissions, and you can build your business with the results, with the financial results that will come to you when you're just patient and you do the thing. Let's do this. When you see the emails we send and you see on Facebook, you see, let's do this thing. That's kind of like our motto, like, let's just do it. 2147, let's do this thing. Good morning. Hello, 2147 is the last four digits of your phone number.
Hello, Joe. Charlie.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Charles from Philadelphia.
Charles, how are you?
Okay. I have called you several times, and
I know.
You did fix my problem at first, and it only stayed fixed for a small time, and then it went back where I can't take it off a pause. The pause doesn't even show up.
Charles, and I want to be honest with you, okay? You call in and you drop a load on me like this, and then you hang up. A couple of times I said, Charles, are you there? Are you there? I have a solution for you. Charles, are you there? And you're gone. You're not even hanging around while I'm doing my best.
There's a reason for that, Joe. I understand that, but I have a job. I have a job that I have to leave a certain time. That's the only reason I hang up, because I have to be on my job a certain time, and I can't stick around the whole while. I can stick around for about 15 or 20 minutes.
All right, Charles.
Then I have to leave.
Okay. What is your username?
C.T. Gibson.
And your problem today is your. Okay, go ahead.
I said, they solved my problem, and it was on pause, and I could take it off a pause, but it only lasted for about long enough to get 4 clicks, and then it went back down, and I can't do anything about it. I don't care if I change the traffic thing or what.
Okay, all right, Charles. I just sent in a support ticket for you. It says Charles Gibson, because they know who you are. It says your problem today is you cannot see your pause button. Is that what you said? You can't see your pause button?
Right. Okay. I can't take it off a pause.
Okay. We'll get to you. We'll get back to you. Please accept my apologies if I've offended you in any way, but you're a regular guy over here, and we're trying to do our best to get you caught up and get you going here. Okay. Somebody's looking at it right now. Right now, right now in real time. Charles, 5232. You're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe, Doug, and Greg, Adam, all the other T-leaders on the call. This is Holly, folks, calling from Los Angeles. How are you?
We're great, Holly. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. I just wanted to say how excited I was to actually receive my commissions. You shared with me I had to basically send it from my e-wallet to my actual account, and my account was already in the system. So I actually received it, I think, Friday afternoon, because if you make the transition before 4 p.m., it's effective that day. And it was pending over the weekend, so it's actually there, like today. It'll probably post today. So I was really excited about that. I'm like, yay, finally. So I guess every single time I have a transaction, I actually have to do that. I have to basically transfer it, if you will. So it'll be effective, but I'm very excited.
Well, the e-wallet will, it's just, it does what you tell it to do. And e-wallet doesn't know if you want the money in your checking account, your savings account, on your debit card. You might have an account for your savings. E-wallet is very, very cool. But the money sits in e-wallet until you tell e-wallet where to put the money so you can spend it.
Yes.
Congratulations, Holly. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's awesome when the money actually shows up. And could you guys believe that Charles Gibson has already hung up? Man, oh man. And we've got somebody right now. Good morning, number one. How you doing today?
Hey, this is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sun is shining and life is great. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear from you this morning. Everything's working out cool for you, right?
Everything's working out cool. I have to give Diamond Dave a big, gigantic thank you. We worked on that situation where I lifted the hood and with my monkey wrench in my hand and I messed things up. And Diamond Dave and I went in there. Diamond Dave gets all the credit. And we fixed it. We worked on it for like 2 hours. And then that was Saturday after the call. And then Sunday evening, Diamond Dave calls up and said, "Hey, Frank, did you say that you imported 442 agents from AWeber?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, no, that's the problem. They didn't go through the API system." Now, Joe, we both heard you say that a couple of times on the air. I can't believe it just didn't click. It just didn't register. So I'm here to report. Finally, my engine is running great. I've got 405 hits. Out of the 405 hits, I got 30 leads. Praise God, I'm off to the races.
Excellent, Frank. Well, thank you very much for jumping out here today and fessing up, as they say.
Yeah, well, I had to take responsibility. I did it. It wasn't you. It was my monkey wrench. But I still hope that the boys do take a look under the hood, make sure we didn't mess anything else up, because I'm ready to let her rip.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. I really appreciate your candor, and congratulations on your results and your consistency. You are. I received some emails from you, and we've had a chat or two, and I honor the fact that you are hanging tough, man. That you're just like, and accepting responsibility. You know what I mean? Like the systems work, okay? The systems work. For those of you guys, and thank you, Frank, I'm going to put you back on mute here for a second. For those of you guys who have been with me all morning, do you remember earlier Charles Gibson jumped out? He's a regular complainer, actually. Charles, if you're listening to me, here's the report. Here's a report. Just came back in, Charles, if you're listening, because he already did hang up. He comes in and he says something and then he leaves. Here's what it says. As far as Charles Gibson, it says, he changed the link that his traffic was sending to, and that automatically put him back into pending link review, and it is indicating that on his order page. I have reapproved his link, and it is now back active and running. See, the systems work. The systems work. And that's really, really, I'm so happy that the systems do work, truly. But, these guys who come in here and, they rattle off and it's your fault, and, well, in fact, the systems are working exactly the way they're supposed to work. If we just breathe, be patient like Joe in New York, and you'll see. 7300, you're next up. Good morning.
Oh, well, good morning, Joe. This is Kenna from Washington.
Kenna, you're early up in the queue here today. Usually you're down in the queue, but you've been here for a while. How are you today?
Well, I'm just great. I'm great, and I just love how you started this show off with the wonderful knowledge. I'm very thankful and grateful for all the TA, all the crew, the tribal ninjas that work so hard to give us this incredible platform and system. I just know I'm on the right track. There's everything here to succeed. I still have no sales, but, it's here. This is the best thing I've ever come across, as I've said before, in 10 years, and I just keep moving forward. I learn new things every day, and it's inspiring, and I just really love it. So I have a decided and committed heart, for sure.
That's awesome. Have you ever read the book, The Traveler's Gift? Are you familiar with this book?
I have not read it, but I will.
It is simple. The guy, the author, Andy Andrews, Google him, look him up on YouTube. The guy is a remarkable trainer and teacher, and he is easy to connect with. And this is a book I've been aware of for about a decade now, and I've met this guy and worked with this guy. And he breaks it down very, very simply, these 7 principles of success. And at the end of the book, he actually comes face to face with the fact that every single thing that has happened in his life is his creation. And he goes back to the fact that way at the beginning, when he was a young man, it was his decision to go to school and get this career that actually led him into this place where everything fell apart at the seams. Right? In our lives, everything is manifest by our own thoughts, our actions, and our deeds. And that's real. That's true. And it is tough sometimes. Like when I look in the mirror, I've had so much stuff, as we all have. And then I look in the mirror, and when it's time to get real with myself, I realize that this whole thing is my creation, man. Thank you very much for honoring The Traveler's Gift and Andy Andrews. Get that book.
And I just wanted to say, last week I had asked you some questions about GetResponse, and I know that's not your field, but I called GetResponse. I thought, that's who I should have called in the first place, but they are so wonderful over there. I must have called them 4 or 5 times to figure out. I was just having an issue how to put the email in and get the links in and this and that, and they walked me through it again and again, and anyway, I've got it down. So anybody, just call them. They'll help you out.
And it is true. And I want to say, I know that we've relied on Diamond Dave a lot. He's done a great job of helping. We heard him this morning. We heard his name be brought up by Frank. And what we're going to do is, I think we're going to do a webinar and really, really, really focus in on this GetResponse piece, okay? And we're going to do it a live one. And I'm just going to do it. I'm going to set this thing up. And so watch for that, okay? We'll do a midday, outside of the realm of normal protocol. We're going to get together with a webinar where people can interact, and we're going to put this thing to bed once and for all, because it seems like GetResponse is where people are getting stuck. So we're going to do our best to really, really, we're going to put an oil slick on that thing, man, and make it so that it's working for you. But thank you very much, Kenna. Those guys are great.
And then one more question. My leads have stopped. It says it's running, but they started dwindling over the last 5 days of like 2 clicks, not leads, clicks, I'm sorry, 4 clicks a day, and I've got it set like at $20, $25, right. And now for the last 2 days, I haven't got any clicks.
All right, let me, hold on here. Okay, Dave says weekends are over. That's correct. Hold on, what is your username?
KJ Sun, as sun in the sky. That's it.
Okay. I know that there was some work being done on traffic flow this morning. I got a message from Greg, said that they're working on a couple things. Is it safe to say that your traffic is moving like molasses?
It stopped. 2 days I have not got nothing.
I'm gonna move on to the next caller, but in the meantime, stand by because I'm sure I'll get a response. I'll let you know, okay? If you can stick around.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good day.
Good day. Talk to you later. Kenna in Washington. I love that, Washington. That's how my mom used to say, wash the clothes. 2959, you're next up. Good morning.
Carlos Rodriguez from New York City. How you doing, guys?
Carlos, I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm to piggyback right on, I believe it's Kenna from Washington. Molasses is the proper word on the traffic. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a no limit set right now, and yeah, that's what's happening. But I'm not worried about that. Wow, where can I start? So many beautiful things has happened over the weekend. First and foremost, I want to congratulate a team member that has joined my organization and the TA organization name, Enriquez Lopez. Much success, much love to him. He took action and came in here and it's already kicking ass, so that's a beautiful thing. Wow. Oh man. Oh yeah, first and foremost, today's gonna be my first day of 90 to work out.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Today is also gonna be day 1 of reading 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Sending out all my emails in a couple of minutes. I already registered for the webinar. I'm just checking all of these out, things that I've just a checklist, doing what I got to do. I want to talk to everybody here real quick. Sometimes it's good to press 1 because you don't know who's listening on the other side. Mm-hmm. There's other people that never press 1 listening to the live stream online. But, you never know who's going to resonate with your voice. You never know who's listening. You never know who's going to connect with you. And actually, that's the reason why Enriquez Lopez has joined our community today or the last couple of days is because I resonated with him. He lives in New York, right around the same place I live in. And, just
mm-hmm.
press 1. And last but not least, Caroline, great video. She actually said I inspired her to make those videos, but I'm not taking any credit for that. That's all her hard work. That's all her vision. All I did was come on here, speak to the world, let my voice be heard. She took action. She made a beautiful video, actually gave me the pointers to go out there and do some of those videos. But there you go. Carly Rose is asking for food. So much love, much love. Much respect. God bless all of you guys. If you want to say something, go ahead.
Yeah, before you go, you sent me something on Facebook about you had somebody peering through the keyhole on the radio show, and you invited them to the radio show, and boom shakalaka, what happened?
That's exactly. I rephrased that in those words that I just said, but that's exactly what had happened. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Carlos. Go feed that baby, man. Can't be
I
having
appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much.
All right, later. All right, and this was really, really cool, right? I got this message from Carlos on Facebook over the weekend. He says, man, I invited somebody to the radio show that we do every day. I invited him to the radio show just to have a listen, and because of what they hear on the radio show, they're like, okay, let me get started here. Let's get started here because what do we say? I tell you guys to do stuff, man. It's because it's not because I want to hear myself talk. It's because I know some stuff. 5691, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. It's Steve Schumacher in Portland, Oregon. How the heck are you this morning, sir?
I'm great, Steve. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Man, I really appreciate what you said about the Decided Heart. I've never read the book. In fact, before you started talking about it, I'd never heard of it before. Mm-hmm. But I definitely have a Decided Heart. As the one gal, I think, in my neighboring state of Washington said, I don't have any sales yet, but I don't care. Honestly, I've got leads, and I see the leaders. I see Diamond Dave. I see, I can't even think of the guy that's making the crazy amount of money. I see the guys. I see people making sales and stuff like that. So I know it works, and I know it's just a matter of time before things happen. And as a couple of people echoed, molasses describes my traffic as well. But hey, I'm not worried.
All right, well,
I know.
All right. Well, listen. All right. I'm gonna cut you off there because right now, you guys know and love Greg Chambers. Greg Chambers is in Tallahassee. He said this. I'm on and I'm like, Greg, what's up with the traffic? It's moving like mud. People are hammering me here. 3 people now. You make 4. And this is what Greg says. The truth is always great, which is why I told you this morning. He told me this morning. We moved servers last week. We added huge capacity, and there is a bug. We are getting it worked out today, and it will be ripping this week. There it is. Yes, people, there was a little bit of an issue with traffic. We understand, and believe me, we're all in business together, and more than anything, we want traffic flowing like crazy. So, 8696, you're next up in the queue. Good morning, 8696.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, this must be Kenneth. Only Kenneth puts us on hold. He's the only guy who has Kenneth is the only guy who has the right to put a radio show with thousands of people listening around the world on hold. Good morning, Kenneth. How are you today?
Hold on. I'm like, all right, I'm just have to go. All right.
I'm going to come back to you. Kenneth. I got a lot of people in the queue here. Out of respect. Maximum respect. 8171, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Beverly here in beautiful Medford, Oregon. I didn't tell you, I have a creek that runs behind my building where I live, and trees everywhere.
I used to live at the Holiday Inn Express.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
beautiful.
You know Oregon's a beautiful state. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it here. Anyway, I'm not going to take up very much of your time today. I just heard that you're having problems with the traffic because I'd ordered traffic last week and it hasn't started up again, and so I haven't gotten any clicks for quite a while now. So it must be because of that problem they're having. I guess
it is, and I don't want and I don't want to be I don't want to be beating people up on this, but yeah, that's what's going on. Is there was a little bit of an issue. Kenneth, I got you back off mute if you're around still.
Yeah, I am. I'm just sitting here laughing about it because I was like, I was at the library, I'm like,
I know,
and I don't want to keep talking, So,
but you take the time to dial in. I'm going to pull you off. What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, a lot, man. Like you talk about the Traveler's Gift, man. I'm like, I got my gift bags in my hand. Like I'm doing this full time now, and that's all I'll talk about right now. But I'm I'm in the library, just back on track, I got the Traveler's Gift in my pocket. I was like, man, I read that. I don't think I ever read that, but your life, shows you things, and then you just get back to work. You use that energy and get back to work. And I was just like upset for a second, shed a tear for a second, and then I got back to work. So it was like,
there it is.
Let me take a deep breath. All right, now I got this to do. I got this to do. You know what I mean? I got money from everywhere. Why am I worried about one little incident? So I'm feeling good, man. It's just nice to talk to you guys. I got my new video out. You can check it on my Facebook. I got Doc Talks Cooking. I got.
Oop, we lost Kenneth there. Gotta love Kenneth, man. Ain't no opposition to my position. 9190, you're next up. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Joe. This is Earl Teets, the mountain man from Troy, Montana. Watching, history being made in the process reminds me of history in action. And we've heard from people from California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Montana. Let's look at some history. Columbus discovered America. Look at the early days of America. We have something called the Oregon Trail. Now, the Oregon Trail is what's responsible for bringing all of us what we have in California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Montana, because these people were willing to go from the East Coast towards the West Coast. They've never even had roads or highways. They're in covered wagons. They've got wild animals to contend with. They got weather to contend with. And there's no turning back. You burn the bridges. You can't give up, go home. You can't ask for a refund. You have to go forward. You have to believe in what you're doing with all your heart, and it's do or die. And when you look at history, that's how the Oregon Trail was formed. When you look at entrepreneurship, you look at every story of major success, including ours. How many of them had the perfect road with no roadblocks, no chuck holes, no problems? The ones that were the most successful experienced the most problems. And what we've faced as a team here is nothing compared to what could have happened. We're so blessed. I've never seen so many people, testimonies of success in a company that's really only been in action for real for a few months. I've never seen nothing like that in all of my years in this industry. And it's a blessing to be part of all of this. You know, it really is. I just appreciate you guys so much. You know, we got to get through some roadblocks. Oh, boy, we got a glitch in the system. Well, praise God, the whole system's not down. You know, we got something beautiful here. We got something awesome. And I don't even understand how I see some of these things, and I shouldn't say this, but I see some of these comments on the Traffic Authority Facebook page. $20, $40, I want my money back. You haven't even seen the funnels that are going to produce the income streams. And you want your money back? My gosh, you got to be kidding me. There's several funnels on the way. Each one of those funnels is a different income stream. I mean, folks, if you've ever got excited, now's the time to be on fire with burning desire, baby. I never seen nothing like this. I thank you guys so much for all the hard work you do, the dedication you got. Joe, you've already earned over $1 million. How many times? Who knows? You don't need to be doing this, but you're doing it out of the passion of your heart to help other people. And when I can recognize that, I know there's millions of others that will recognize that too. We're part of something really special here, folks, and it's just an honor to be here.
It's an honor for me to be here, Mountain Man Earl. You're awesome, dude. And, you know, you show up here every single day pretty much, you know, unless you're helping somebody, and you're doing all this work on Facebook. You got 2 out of the 40 videos talk about dominating, right? I think there are 40 videos there in the Member Resources Center under your marketing links for BizOp, and 2 of them are you, Earl. Thank you very much for your leadership. And, you know, I came across something. It's a Zen. It's like a Zen proverb, okay? It's very, very cool. It says, the obstacle is the path. The obstacle is the path. That's what makes it worth it, man. When you actually get down with that and you realize that the journey, the challenges, the things that we face every single day, that's where the learning takes place. If it was easy, if this traffic authority thing was really easy, everyone would be a millionaire. It's very, very simple. It's simple. You do the thing, right? It's very simple. You stay plugged in. You show up. You run the traffic. You have conversations with people. You stay plugged in. That's simple. But how difficult is it really? Is it easy to deal with situations that are mostly going on in your noodle? Is it like the guy Charles Gibson? He shows up here a couple times a week to rain on the parade, then he hangs up. If he would just stick around, he would realize that, yeah, the reason that your funnel isn't working is because you changed the link. And as a customer service thing, when you change your link, the company wants to review the link to make sure it's not going into a dead zone. Okay, it's like that's an obstacle. But you learn from the obstacles. You stick around, you learn from the obstacles, and then the next thing you know, there's another obstacle. But you learn from the last obstacle that the answer is there if you just dig a little bit further. And then like Kenna said today, well, she realized from talking to the people at Get Response, okay, we've got a solution, that's fixed. So now what? Oh, there's another obstacle. The next obstacle is, whoa, wait a minute, the traffic seems to be slow. The traffic seems to be slow. So now we start losing our brains. Oh, the traffic is slow. And then we realize that, yes, due to a server upgrade, there was a bug that got itself into the soup, and now they're cleaning up the bug. So what's the next obstacle? Okay, the next obstacle, okay, well, the traffic is a little bit slow today, so how about this? How about I just wait for my swipe file to come from Joe, and then I go and I send my swipe file, I just send it to everybody on my list. And it's like, Okay, you send it to your list, and then you realize that, oh, the ISP is down in your. I mean, it's always going to be an obstacle. Always, always, always. That's living, man. That's life. That's traffic authority. What are you going to do with these obstacles? You learn from them and you move on. There's always a bigger mountain. Good morning, 9201.
Well, good morning, Joe. This is Kara in beautiful Austin, Texas. How are you?
Kara, I am smiling and dialing now that I hear you. I haven't heard you in a while. How you doing? What's going on?
Oh, great. Well, I talked to you on Friday.
Yeah.
I'll be calling Friday.
I'm missing you, though. Maybe it's because you weren't on the webinars with us last week. Maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah, that could be. I missed you guys, too. But I was there. We're
going to get you back. We're going to be getting you streaming live here. I got a plan for you.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go. So I'm excited about that. The call on Saturday was awesome. The leadership call.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
How about those prizes these guys are giving away? Oh my goodness!
I got news for you. I heard about it. I heard this morning. I heard about some other prizes that are going to be given away. It's like amazing, right? MacBooks. How about Apple? Like a watch.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you're an iPhone girl, but how about a watch, right?
Yeah, cool. I want one. I've been wanting an Apple Watch for sure. So yeah, super cool. And so I wanted to comment. I found it interesting the way you opened the call this morning because it really resonated with something that I received this morning in my inbox, my email. I'm sure you've heard of him. Do you know Mike Dooley? You heard of Mike Dooley?
Probably, I have.
Well, he is a creator of a platform called Tut, where he's a motivational speaker. He travels around the world and he does events and things like that. But he created a platform called Tut, where you can receive notes from the universe in your inbox every morning, and they're basically created for, specifically for you based on some criteria that you put in to hit this website. And so the note that I received this morning kind of resonated with what you talked about, and it basically said, Kara, do you ever wonder whether you're on the right path? Do you sometimes feel vulnerable in new relationships or business? Does certainty elude you when big decisions loom? And if the answer is yes, outstanding, fantastic, because all the legends who came before you also said yes. And so I guess, to me it resonates because it's like, sure, we do have, sometimes doubt creeps in and we have, wonders about whether or not we can do something, if we actually deserve to be successful, and, we sometimes wonder about, is this system really, what other people are saying that it is, and, these questions, they creep into our hearts, but even though that's the case, as long as we do have that commitment and that committed heart, if we take action, I call them the ABCs of success. If we take action plus belief plus consistency, then you'll have success every time. And so, it's just about, like you said, having that commitment in your heart, moving forward, taking action, and just have faith that you're on the right path. And if any of you out there that are listening, if you answer yes to any of these questions, then you're right up there with all the other legends who have actually made it and become successful. So, don't stop. Just keep moving forward. Kenna commented on a post that I made this morning, onward and upward, and I'm with her all the way, and I'm with Traffic Authority all the way. I'm super excited for the week ahead, and just want to wish all of you a blessed and wonderful week.
Well, thank you very much, Kara. Tut, I'm going to recommend this. We're all about our community, but this is an amazing thing, this guy Mike Dooley. Thank you for bringing it back to the surface. Okay, that's awesome. I really honor where you go and what you think about. Kara. You're dialed in for sure. I really appreciate you bringing this to the table this morning.
Well, I appreciate you guys too. And there is a much, much bigger picture than what I truly believe that we are spiritual beings living a human experience. And so what we experience here on earth is very, very small compared to the giant picture, that is the universe. So I try to look at that. I try to look beyond all of the little obstacles and the small things that may seem big to some people, but in the end, there's a much, much bigger picture. So that's what I try to stay focused on.
Well, you're doing a very good job.
Thank you.
And you're helping some of us here on the radio refocus as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the time that you gave us here this morning. And thanks for the tip, TUT. That's a very, very cool site, TUT.com. Thank you very much, Kara in Austin, Texas. Let's keep it moving. Got a couple more people in the queue here this morning. 1111, number one, you're back.
111. It's me. You hear me? Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Celeste. How are you?
Yes, I'm fantastic. I'm wonderful. I'm everything that's excitable, I'm on point. I'm calling in because I'm just wanting to make some points here. By the way, I'm on let me look at my calendar. I'm moving right along with the challenge, and my day is day number 18. I'm seeing some definite positive improvements in my stature, in my walking. All of these were challenges for me. And my ability to not have to wear my brace 24 hours. So I'm at about 20 hours a day. And then I have to, take it off and let the break happen. But anyway, besides that, have you ever heard of the guy Elon Musk, M-U-S-K?
Yes, he's the guy that invented the electric car, right? He's trying to get a rocket. Yes.
Yes. Yes, and he's trying to get the whole industry to go electric for the sake of pollution and stuff. And then there's another guy, the one who did 5-hour energy. You know about him?
As a matter of fact, I just heard about this guy not long ago. He's committed some big dollars, right? Big dollars.
I think the project is called 1 and a billion or billion and one of the two. I looked at a couple of the videos over the weekend, and he has a project for naturally produced electricity, converting ocean water to pure drinking water, just all kind of and a medical thing to re-stimulate the body. Just wonderful projects. That's where he's putting 99% of his money into these things. A lot of money. And this Elon Musk, I've taken his picture and I've mounted it in front of my computer because he has an austere look that is just like, get the job done. He has this stern look. On the front of Forbes of the September issue, his picture's on the front. And if you see that, you'll see what I mean. It's very, very it helps you. You just look at him and it's like he's saying, okay, get it done.
Right.
So I put that in place where I'm using it as a motivational tool, okay? And besides what's happening here with this wonderful company, believe me, I know you believe me, but I wish other people, well, I'm saying for others, do internalize what is happening here, because if your road is smooth, you ain't moving. You got to hit some bumps now and then. Okay? Just know that. If your road is smooth, you just go along smoothly, you ain't moving. You got some bumps to hit every now and then, and then you deal with it. You deal with the bumps and the lumps and keep right on going. So that's basically what I want to say. Oh, and by also the Get Response deal. I had been doing some research over the weekend and looking at things further. I was able to get into the Get Response. I found the papers that I needed to make that connection. So I'm reviewing that stuff too to see what it has to do with what's going on with my site. But it's a good thing that I was able to do that, and hearing what Kenna had said about what she did and how she went back and got the review and got the help. So those are some of my issues. Nothing big, nothing fantastic, just motivated and moving along. and thanking you, Joe. Oh, by the way, I wanted to make this comment to you that night when you had on that pink headband.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, your curls were showing, your waves and your curls, yeah, and you had the blush in your cheeks. I said, look at him. He just looks fantastic.
Now you're making me blush right now. You're making me blush.
I can see it through the radio.
There you go. Celeste.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Celeste checking in. I love that. She can see me through the radio. 9098, you're next up. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing? This is Tahir from Los Angeles. How's it going,
Tahir,
Joe?
how are you? I'm good. I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I was just thinking about something, and my grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman, and those were the black fighter pilots from World War II. And when things get tough for me, I sort of think about what he went through, and it's nothing compared to what he went through just to want to go fight for his country, being a black man in the United States Air Force. And so when things get tough, it's like to hear either you're going to bow down to it or you're going to keep pushing forward. And sometimes things aren't fair and sometimes they are, but you just got to do your best. You got to do better. And, I had a lot of problems. Childhood wasn't that great because father was not there and doing other things that, bad people do sometimes. But anyways, I stopped living in the past, and some days it's a fight, some days it's great, some days it's hard. But I just keep pushing forward. And, it made me think also about when I started network marketing like 20 years ago, it cost me $5,000. I had to do $300 to rent a desk in an office, and you probably remember this guy, Bill Gould, and there's his training, and like $300 for a weekend training, and this is on top of like having to go out there and learn how to sell $5,000 worth of product. This is so easy compared to that. And another thing I noticed is like, since I've turned my traffic off to get other stuff ready, I noticed, hey, that's the key. Like, we just got to buy the traffic and send it to our page, and then you guys are teaching us how to communicate with our list. It's just going to pan out sooner or later. And in the meantime, I'm building an asset, which is my list. And I'm glad to be on the calls. I get a morning jolt. It sometimes sucks to hear the people calling in and complaining when all the answers are like there on the videos and stuff. But I'm grateful. This is so simple. I think it gets so simple we start getting scared. But a great book to read is The Untethered Soul, and it talks about that voice inside that we identify with, which is really not us. It's just that our fears are based on that voice. And Untethered Soul is a great book to read or listen to. It's helped me a lot. And Joe, thank you for your words, and grateful to be here.
And thank you very much to hear Untethered Soul.
Yeah, The Untethered Soul. It's an awesome book.
Yeah, I've heard of that book. I'm going to add it to my collection. I'm going to order it today. Tahir, thank you very much, man. It really is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it for you. It's worth it for me. And to hear what you just said, because you got it. And what I mean is that this is about personal responsibility, right? This is about each and every single one of us going through some stuff and then realizing that most of this stuff that we're going through is we're just creating stuff, right? It's in our imagination, right? We are powerful beyond words, each and every one of us, whatever the case may be, whatever your goal may be, whatever it is you're looking for, it is right there waiting for you as long as you just manage some emotions and just go there and realize that, it's a cliche. If it's to be, it's up to me. Thoughts are things. I mean, the reason these things are cliches is because they are so true. They're ridiculously true. This morning I was going through Facebook and I saw somebody had posted the 4 agreements. I am a guy who's always looking for a solution, right? I always have personal development books and audios, and it's fun and it's encouraging and it's exciting and I really enjoy it, right? Spending time. But at the same time, when I get down to the simple agreements, the whole thing is in those 4 simple agreements. Check out the 4 agreements. For real. Let's keep it moving. Next up in the queue is 4458. I'm sorry, 4458 is down in the queue. I've got 5751. You're next up.
Hey, Joe. Hey. Everybody. Happy story.
Who's this?
From Maryland.
Anthony, I knew it was you. I wanted to be sure. Anthony from Maryland, how are you?
I'm so blessed and less stressed, especially because I got 2 great emails last night that said that I received my commission from a incredible, insightful person on my list that saw the value of Traffic Academy and Traffic Optimizer, which is a monthly ongoing thing. I just thought that was incredible that someone wanted to invest in their knowledge of learning how to communicate with people online. That traffic authority just allowed people to be exposed to. A lot of people take it for granted, right? Communication. Mm-hmm. But communication is everything. And you guys, we do it very well here. And I'm just so blessed and less stressed. And just wanted to call in. Shout out to all the callers on here. You guys are such an upliftment. We need to keep it going.
This is why we do this, Anthony. Blessed and less stressed. I love that. And thank you for your contribution, right? You're one of the reasons that people come here every single day to hear the stuff that comes. And congratulations, receiving commissions. There it is. See? Leading by example. Thank you very much, Anthony in Maryland. Checking in. You're welcome. 4458, you're next up. Good morning. 4458.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
It's June from Wyoming.
June, how are you doing?
I found out. I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Good. Well, so I found out if you accidentally hit one, it takes you out of the queue. So then I hit it again, and it put me back in the queue.
Welcome back.
So
it's lonely out there, isn't it? It's lonely out there. Welcome back into the queue.
It is. Thank you so much. So I'm in the middle of moving, and I haven't been able to do a lot of stuff with my business, and so I'm just feeling like I'm missing out, but I've got to get moved. But so I just wanted to share with you that I've gone from not even knowing what a screenshot is to being able to hook up my business and not have to pay to get the help to do that, and to not having an email list whatsoever, to having 30 now on my email list from GetResponse. And I haven't made any sales yet, but I know that I'm going to, and, you know, it's just moving along. Even though I got all these daily tasks that I have to do and all these things that I have to do, it's still, you know, from somebody that didn't know much of anything, you know, it still is working for the person that didn't know anything. Mm-hmm. So, and all these people that want to call in and complain that this and that aren't working, I just want you to know that it all is working. You just have to, you know, have patience and keep following what the plan that everybody's laying down out there, and it's gonna all come together for you.
It is, and thank you very much, June. I hope you get settled in pretty soon. But you said a lot just there. You didn't even know how to do a screenshot, and now you're building a list. It's worth it.
I didn't even know what a screenshot was, let alone how to do one.
Well, it's just a matter of sticking in here and just staying focused and just doing the thing, right? Let's just do the thing. Right. And, you know, where are you going to be in a year? Where are you going to be? You know, you really take a look at what are the options available out there right now. Get a job. Yeah. Really? Me? I'm psychologically unemployable. Most people won't even let me in the door. I got to knock in. Let me in. I just want to buy a burger, you know, let alone work there, you know. So, and then there's multi-level marketing. I've tried my hand at that many years. We heard Tahir talking about Gouldy, right? He was a student of a guy who I'm aware of. Big dollars, lots of inventory. You know, you have to. Is that really an option? And 0.1%. You know, if you ever look at a real MLM plan, you really think you're going to be that one? It's like the lottery, really. I really, honestly believe that multi-level market, and I love the products. I buy my essential oils every single month because they're important to me. I love multi-level marketing they bring to the. When I was a little kid, I remember the Fuller Brush Man, the Avon lady knocking on the back door. I remember this, right? But what are the options available to us in this day and age, right? You take a look at what really is going on. You know, there's so much money in the world that every one of us can be wealthy. But, you know, the powers that be, the things that are going on, big business, you know, everything is a fee. Everything is, it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. Somebody sent me a check not long ago, a $20 check, some referral check I got. And I took it to the bank that the check was cut at, right? It was Bank of America. Somebody sent me a check for $20 from Bank of America. And I went to the Bank of America to cash the check. They charged me $6 to cash a $20 check that was drawn on a bank account in their bank. I mean, how do we as individuals survive economically in the world today as individuals, as sovereigns, right? As people, as an individual working from home, operating a business. You know, how do we, what is the solution? Traffic authority is the solution. And it's
That's
for
right.
it is for real, and it's for real. However, you have to take it, you have to give it time. Okay? You have to give it time, right? I love what Tahir said a moment ago, you know, about the things that he has seen in his life, in his world, in his family. And he understands that you just got to go through some stuff, and people are going to find some stuff. They're going to have challenges, right? People freak out. They want to, it's like, I can visualize people like they want to jump off the balcony because their traffic is going slower than they want it to. Or they want to jump off the balcony because something's wrong with the system, because my traffic is on pause. And then when we find the solution, they've already hung up. They're not even listening to the solution. When in fact, the reason that their traffic is not flowing is because they changed a link. You know, people are so quick to jump, to run. But what are the solutions? What really is the solution? Traffic authority, man, the world leader. This is about wealth creation. This is about personal development, personal responsibility, and this is about learning a skill set that will, you know, you look at this kid, Vincent Ortega Jr. I'm old enough to be his dad, man. You take a look at this kid. He talks about it took him 7 years. He was 23. He said the other day on the webinar, I'm only 30. For the first 2 years, he made bupkis, didn't make a dime. But he went to work, he went to work, he went to work, he went to work, he went to work. Simple things. It's not easy to be disciplined, but simple things. Simple things. And now this kid is making, you know, 6 figures a month, every month. Are you willing to put in the time to learn that kind of skill? Because that's what traffic authority really is about. 5649, you're next up. Good morning, 5649. I'm climbing off my soapbox. Is 5649 paying attention? Hello? 5649, you've been in the queue a long time. 5649. 5649. All right. There you go. 5649. Throw that fish back in the water. 5555. You're next.
Monthly residual products.
I can hear the mail.
$900 in commissions being paid out each month. $594 per month to you.
5555. That's cute. 5555 is pitching a deal on our radio show. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody. Let's go back. All right, 5649 suddenly is back. Are you there? I guess not. Hey, listen, I want to thank everyone who took the time to join us here this morning. 5555, nice, cute thing. 5649, you were here, you were back, you were here, you were back. June in Wyoming, Anthony in Maryland, Tahir, what an awesome testimonial. Celeste, putting some love on the Celeste, loving you, Celeste. Kara, thank you for the recommendation. Tut. Earl, the Mountain Man, Beverly, Kenneth, Steve, Carlos with what a great story. Carlos invited somebody to the radio show, and that person decided that they were going to get started in our business because of what the stuff they heard on the radio show. I want to thank you, Kenneth from Washington, Frank, Holly, Charles, Gibson. I've been poking some fun at you, Charles. I know that you're gone, but stick around. And then, of course, there is Joe in New York who kicked us off this morning. I want to thank everyone who took the time. Watch your email, okay? Give me about 30 minutes. You guys will be receiving an email with a swipe file, some stuff that you can send to your list. Registration is live right now for tomorrow night's webinar, trafficweblive.net. Trafficweblive.net is where you could register for tomorrow night's webinar. It's going to be great. We're going to launch the contest. We're going to show you the prizes. There's some new video coming. There's a new sales funnel that's being launched. All kinds of really cool stuff is happening right here, right now. Again, it's been a great morning. I want to thank you guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hang around on Facebook. That's where you get a lot of stuff going on, a lot of questions answered, a lot of testimonials. And let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what's going on Facebook. If you don't know where to find us on Facebook, you can join us. Here's the shortcut. Ready? Here it is. EZ.com/TAFV group. Go there. Post a testimonial. Give us a video. Let us know what in the world is going on. I promise it'll pay off. Make it a great day, everybody. Until tomorrow at 11 a.m.